struggling. So get off your knees and just start juggling. These mother in your mouth. It's me, Warren G. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I still don't have the mics. Hold on. Hold on, I can't be showing y'all no booty. Hold the presses, okay? Big Mama's here. The champ is here. I said the champ is here. The champ is here. I hope y'all ain't coming on seeing my butt. I'm sorry. I just didn't want to put the makeup on, put my lipstick on in the actual, y'all know what Big Mama's trying to say here. But hold the presses. Hold the presses. Hold the presses, okay? Because it was something else Big Mama was supposed to go get that she didn't go get. What we missing? Oh, the mics. Duh. Ha ha! If it ain't one thing, it's another. Okay. We is almost put together here. Big Mama is got lipstick all over the place. It's almost put together. Bear with me. Y'all saw me over here struggling. I know y'all see this. Y'all Big Mama over there struggling. Because what I'm doing is struggling all day long with so many things going on. And we are up and live. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. Give me a thumbs up. Because it ain't like I'm going on. Aja ain't here to do all the checks and balances for me. So I have no idea what's going on with that. But today we are going to be talking about when love is real. Thank you, Ngozi. Thank you very much. I got to open the door for my niece, or unlock it at least, so that she can come in and deliver my balloons that I wanted for my set. So this is funny all in and of itself. But y'all hear me, so at least that's one good sign is that you hear me. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Just walk in. All righty. When love is real, you guys have been asking me to dive into love and relationships and all of this stuff on this podcast for so long. And I say no. I've been saying no, mainly because all up and down your timeline, as you scroll, you see nothing but people giving a 2, 3, 4 cents about relationships. And if you're anything like me, you take it with a grain of salt because half the time they sound bitter and or crazy. So tonight we're going to dive into my thoughts on the subject because I'm tired of being asked about it. And I've asked some of my friends, especially those who continuously ask me to talk about relationship stuff, to go ahead and kindly pipe in with some subjects or topics that you'd like for me to discuss. Because next season, I will dive into more of that intersection of love and relationships on a surface level, because I'm not going to be one of these podcasts who talks about, and a man needs to pay 100%. I'm not about to do. We're not doing that. That's not what Big Mama do. So that's not what we're about to do. But I do appreciate you guys tuning in. So welcome. Hey, y'all. Hey, it's me, your girl. I got a salty dog today. It is pink Himalayan salt with Kirkland vodka because, of course, you know I'm a Kirkland vodka girl when I'm at home. I'm Tito's when I'm out, but I'm Kirkland vodka when I'm at the house. And ruby red grapefruit juice. So this is a salty dog because it has a salty rim. And for whatever reason, that's the name of the drink. I didn't name it. Okay? I didn't do this. They did it. I'm just drinking it. I know how to make it. But thank y'all. I'm your big mama. Welcome. If you guys could do me a favor, like, subscribe, subscribe. If you could subscribe and have some friends subscribe too, that would be phenomenal. Your big mama would love you forever. And even if you don't, big mama's still gonna love you forever anyway. But you know what I'm saying? I would like you better if you if you went ahead and like, subscribe, share some videos and some content. And of course, hit the notification button because as the season wraps up in these upcoming weeks, I will have other projects that I'm working on. So it's going to be a lot of beta testing, the craziness going out there. If you have the notification button marked, guess what? You're going to get the info and then you be in the know when I drop the stuff and don't be saying, girl, I didn't know that you did nothing. So thank y'all for all of your support all the time. I appreciate you. I know y'all could be anywhere else, but you're right here with me. So it is very much appreciated. Our time capsule tonight, and we're doing something a little different too. We're going to see how it works out based off of feedback. Our time capsule tonight, 210, like the freeway, February 10th, 2026. We are still deep in the trenches. You know it, Black History Month. Even though every month is Black History Month for my black ass. However, Black History Month on February 10th, back in the day in Black history, few major milestones that we are going to cover. On this day in history, in the 1964 passing of the landmark Civil Rights Act. The U.S. House passes the Civil Rights Act on February 10th. Andrew Bremer became the first Black Federal Reserve Board governor in 1966. And Ron Brown was elected the first African-American chairman of a major U.S. political party, the DNC, in 1989. 1989, that was not that long ago for a first, right? Ain't that crazy? It's also the birth of Leontine Prince, a renowned opera singer, was born in Laurel, Mississippi on this day in 1927. 1868, Reconstruction in Florida. Conservative forces, aided by military, seized control of the Constitutional Convention in Florida, limiting the impact of the Black vote during Reconstruction. There's a lot of shit going on this day in Black history, but that's what we got, and that's what we got. Black Business Spotlight. I was like, what do I want to promote? And because I went to this place, and I kind of got hooked because my friend Stephanie took me there. Well, we went there for our birthday, and then we went back. I've been back a couple times since. Damn, I Miss Paris. That is the name of the bar lounge in the West Adams district. It is called Damn, I Miss Paris. It's a vibe. You should check it out if you're in the Los Angeles area. Damn, I Miss Paris. It is Black owned, and go support it. And as usual, y'all's already know all my business, sis. But if you have anybody who has a Black business and they would like any type of promotion, it's free. Just let me know and I will surely advertise for them at no charge whatsoever. Because one day Big Mama gonna blow up. That's all I'm gonna say. One day Big Mama is gonna blow up. Now, ain't y'all gonna wish that y'all had some Black businesses on here and be like, dang, everybody know. I ain't know, what's some people who go eat your food and then tell everybody, a reviewer or whatever. I don't know. I'm not one of them people, but hey, I do what I can where I can, and this is where I can do it because all I got is a podcast. Not all I got, but I got a podcast, so that's how I can help give voice to the Black business. It's open, sweetie pie. Political climate. Because I said I don't want to talk about politics. Okay, so the monkey trolling of the Obamas. I'm live. My baby bought me some props. Ooh, your auntie Kristen. Hi, Crispin. This is Kennedy over here, y'all. Kennedy bringing me props. You saw her hand. Thank you, Fats. So now I got streamers of balloons and stuff for Love Day. She said, hi, love bug. So that's her godmama. So this is my Kennedy, my Fats, my niece. Her godmommy is on the line. These godmamas be showing up, don't they? They sure know how to show up to something, okay? Anywho, why they do that to the Obamas? So this is our political land. This is our political climate because we are not about to sit on this for too long. Anyhow, trolling the Obamas and then dialing it back, talking about it was a staffer or it was some other BS and some other BS and some other BS. That's some BS. Okay, ain't nobody got time for that. But this is the politics that we are now in right here, right now. Unhinged. The Super Bowl, heavily politicized, starting with Bad Bunny being the center of attraction, literally at the center of it all, the halftime show, and politicizing that entire event, which, as I'm finding out, whenever we're trying to politicize something to demean it or give it a negative connotation, I am finding that it heightens it to be more widely watched, profitable, like all the good comes out of it. So while you was talking all this stuff, it's the highest watched and grossed halftime show in history. More than Prince, more than Michael Jackson, more than, of course, those were earlier in the days, but more than Beyonce, more than Bruno Mars, more than all of them. Bad Bunny. So see, that's how it happens when you be trying to be hateful. God just come on and slap you upside your head and bless somebody in your face. Because that's how that happened. So since we on hot topics, politics turn hot topics. I love the Bad Bunny show. I loved all the brown in it. Absolutely beautiful. I loved the thought and intention behind it. I like his song, so I was in here grooving. And then I did my own halftime show. Hopefully you guys saw it on Instagram, but then I had a late night halftime show on my OnlyFans, so that's a whole nother something. I can't tell y'all too much about that. Don't want to get kicked off the YouTubes, you know. And then so that was that. We had a little relationship drama with Cardi B and her boyfriend Boo, but I don't know what the hell to call him. I don't know what that is, but Cardi girl. Cardi Boo. And the Seahawks won. So there's that. I'm glad the Patriots did not because we cannot stand them. I am a Raiders fan. We hate the Patriots. So go Seahawks. And that's my bonus babies team. So, you know, hey, if there was any other team in the West that I would cheer for outside of my Raiders, it would all automatically be the Seahawks because I'm actually a fan of the Seahawks a little bit. Did y'all see Marshawn Lynch's commercial? That was cute. It was funny because we know how it ended when they played before, and Pete Carroll did not give my man the ball, and they lost. Because you know, if he would have gave him the ball, because that was a big controversy, you did not want that black man to carry y'all into a crowning glory of winning the Super Bowl. Because then Russell Wilson would have had him a ring then too. You did not want that. You wanted, I don't know what y'all wanted, but the play was called bad, and y'all lost. And so now Marshawn had his little last laugh, like, ha, 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 suckers. That was real cute for a person who don't really talk much. Well, he doesn't talk to media. He talked, but he don't talk to media. And he said, yeah, screw that. So that was funny. That was cute. I want to talk about This is something that, and I need to book my next guest, which is my best friend Sean. Hopefully for next week, I'll find out and see if he'll do it. But the cost of being the one who made it. I don't know if you guys have any person in your life who's made it and they're like famous or super rich, and the weight that they have of being the one who made it, because as we are black like this and not like this, as Funky didn't even say, we are coming from a place of we don't have wealth that has been handed down to us from generation to generation. Typically, we're out here wealth creators ourselves, or I don't know, we just earning it, right? But when we make it, we know that we have so many of our family, friends, loved ones that ain't about to be on the same plateau that, or is that on the same mountain as us. And it leads me to Glorilla, because there is a cost to being the person who makes it out, to being the person who makes it out of the hood, to being the person who makes it. You know, I'm an NFL player, I'm an NBA player, I'm a singer, a musician, or whatever. And now this is my life, but the rest of my family and their lives are like this still. Well, they didn't make it. They're not making any money. They're still making the same amount they were making. Glorilla's sister. What in the entire FUCK? Okay? Because that's not the way to go about it. I will say, I can understand where she's coming from. However, you ain't the one who made it, baby. And that lady don't got to give y'all none of her money or do anything to assist you or help you. Sadly, we like to believe, oh, when you make it, you're just going to share all your wealth with all your friends and your family. But if you do, you won't be wealthy anymore. So there's that. And considering I made it because I want to make it, I don't want to go broke because I want to help you be rich. For what? You ain't did nothing to become rich. So I'm just gonna leave that there because that's some crazy stuff that I saw. And then she talking about she went on TMZ talking about she want $2,500, not 25,000, not 250. She said $2,500. So we're talking about the cost of things. Let's talk about the cost of fast food, baby. We went to Carl's Jr. Got 2 meals. The shit was almost $50. What the fuck? The cost of things. Valentine's Day plans. Do y'all got some Valentine's Day plans? And what the cost of them is about to be? Because we got some costs that we about to uncover on today's day, okay? Because it's some costly shit that's costing us out here. But we're gonna get into my life briefly because I ain't had much going on. Nope. Nope, Kristen. Nope. So on Thursday, I had a piano photo shoot, which has been one of my dream photo shoots. And it came out beautifully. And it was fun. I was very tired, but it was fun. And that was that on Thursday. So thank you again, Stephanie. That was amazing. I loved every minute. We had a great time and I had fun doing it. Friday, I chilled the fuck out because I said, I can't do this with y'all this week. I'm not doing nothing and I want to lay down and go to sleep and be doing nothing. So I did nothing all day on Friday night. Saturday, I went to the Soul Jazz Festival in Palm Springs. And if you're familiar with Pips on La Brea, Derek is a family friend, and he used to throw a lot of these music festivals, even prior to having the restaurant. And this was his second year throwing this soul jazz festival, and it was spectacular. It was amazing. It was beautiful. So there's another black business for you. Pips on La Brea. Go be a patron of my folks. Okay. But yeah, that soul festival was absolutely spectacular. I'm so happy that I did decide to go last minute. And I will be attending next year, and then maybe next year we'll stay out there because me and my baby daddy, me and Mike went, and we had a good time. We got there late because that's just us. And then, yeah, we had a good time though. It was. I did. I don't know about him. I was over there by myself, so I don't know what the heck he was doing. He knew everybody who was there, so he was over there talking. I was over there by myself in a belligerent stupor of good music, looking around at beautiful people, and enjoying one of my favorite genres of music, which is jazz and soul, neo soul kind of music. So that was fun. Sunday, of course, it was a Super Bowl. Bad Bunny, let's go. Monday, I went to work. Then I went to Truxton's with Stephanie. So you see how these Mondays just seem to be having me go back to Truxton's on Monday? Ain't no kids' corner this week. Why y'all be having me? I ain't gonna even say nothing. But Stephanie, it's your fault if you on the line. And I know she always say, I was on the line, but I don't ever type or whatever it is, comment. And that's fine, because it's still your fault and you still getting the blame. So you ain't got to type in. You ain't got to defend yourself, girl. Still on you. So let's get into it. Because it's Valentine's Day. When love is real, beyond the roses and the chocolates. That's my topic. Okay. I've been thinking about love, but not the version with roses and reservations, but the version that stays when the room gets quiet. I ask myself these things. What did love teach me? Wait, racist salt all on myself. What did love teach me? What have I mistaken for love? And what does real love feel like now that I've lived a little? Did you know that we are spending almost $30 billion this upcoming Saturday for Valentine's Day? And I'm wondering if we're buying connection or just buying proof. I had this long monologue I wrote for you guys. And maybe I'll read it. Maybe I won't. But maybe I will. Maybe I will. Give me a moment. I was contemplating if I would. Okay, sometimes I sit back and I wonder if we ever really recognize love while we're inside of it. Or if clarity only comes once the noise settles and the emotions quiet down. Because real love, doesn't always look the way we were taught it should look. It's not always fireworks and fairy tales. Sometimes it's subtle, sometimes it's steady, and sometimes it's only visible in hindsight. I've lived enough life to know that not everything we call love is actually love. Some of it is timing. Some of it is loneliness. Some of it is growth disguised as heartbreak. And if I'm honest here, because of course I want to push some buttons and I'm screwing up. Oh, if I'm honest, there were moments in my life where I confused intensity with depth and silence with peace. With Valentine's Day around the corner, the world is about to flood us with roses, chocolates, and perfectly curated pictures of happiness. But tonight, I don't want to talk about the performance of love. I want to talk about the feeling of it, the reality of it, the version of love that exists when nobody's watching, when there's no holidays, no expectations, and no audience. So tonight, I'm not here to define love for anyone else. I'm just here to think out loud. Because again, I told you I don't want to be like everybody else, their podcast about, well, you should do this, and your man need to be doing this, and your woman, if she ain't cooking, and I'm I'm just here to think out loud about what love has been, what it wasn't, and what it might actually mean when it is real. So it's funny that Mike and I had a long conversation last night about this because I was telling him that so many people want me to do do a podcast about love and relationships. You need to do a podcast about relationships. You need to do a podcast about love. You need to do, and I always shied away from it. And I've done so because I don't know any person who is credible enough to speak on the subject. And when I say credible, I don't mean that I have a successful relationship, to speak of to make me credible. I believe that relationships are like fingerprints. Every single one of them will always be different. Me in a relationship with Steven is different than me in a relationship with Greg, is different than me in a relationship with Joseph, is different from me in a relationship with said other person, right? Because I'm running out of names to think of. It is a fingerprint. What me and this guy got going on will always be different than what these two people have going on. Therefore, I cannot ever step into a space and speak as if the fibers and the DNA of that relationship requires any outside anything. If anything, I believe that is where the noise needs to cease and be canceled. It's y'all two in a relationship. You do not need social media to define what you should and should not do for your partner in your relationship. That is for your partner and you to decide because it's only about you two, that fingerprint. Other people don't even know the print. It's all about you and only about you. Or you two, not just you, but you in that relationship. And so with that, I say, wait, hold on, I not put my focus on. With that, I am speaking from that standpoint. If you in a relationship, this guy, he may say, "Oh, I pay 100% of the bills." Well, that's the fingerprint in that relationship. And then you get with the next guy, he's like, "Oh no, baby, we pay 50% of the bills." You see how it's two different things? What you're willing to go along with is whatever it is, your boundaries, whatever, however you feel. Because if you like this person, you're like, "Oh, I love him paying all the bills." Or it's like, "Oh, I'm cool. I think that's fair. I'll pay half the bills." Whatever it is, that's a you thing in that relationship. You should not be listening to anybody else saying, a man supposed to pay 100%. Don't live your life that way. I'm here to tell you, do not live your life that way. Live your life according to your life. If you need help being authentically yourself, there's a episode a few ago that will give you all of the nuggets that you need to check yourself to see if I'm living authentically. And then that would help you when you're in a relationship because you be like, wait, I got to always still be me before I can be who I need you to be. So how did I know? And I asked myself a lot of questions. How did I know that love was real? Eventually. Sometimes you don't recognize real love in the moment. I think it feels different at different ages. Growth changes your definitions of love. And the difference between chemistry, because I think that's more of a youthful thing, but perhaps not, because I think I found more real love at a youthful age than I've ever found at a greater age. And I can dive into that if you like, but I don't have to. The difference between chemistry versus emotional safety. And that's why I say when I was young, as a teen, you have all the emotional safety. You can tell your boyfriend everything that is going on in your life, and they just love you more for what your challenges and your issues are. And you go through all of this, and hey, boo, hey, Kiana. Um, Youthful love to me has always felt more like real love than older relationships. I used to think that real love felt intense. Now I know that real love feels easy and steady. I had parents who were married till death did them part. I see what went into at the age that I guess they were almost 40 years in, right? So it's a lot of years with your significant other. They were married years before I even came on the board. Um, so with that backing and seeing what goes into a successful, long standing, I'm gonna put this long suffering relationship or marriage, it's some things. It is some things. And it ain't never the things that anybody is out here talking about on these podcasts. It ain't never about you pay all the bills and I don't pay. That is so surface. That is the most surface shit a relationship could be about. Real shit. Because in 40 years, she lost her job. I had to handle everything. He lost his job. I had to handle everything. This happened. That happened. You know what happens in 40 years of marriage? We can't go back and tally and count who did what. Because in order to keep this thing going for 50, 40, 50, 60 years, like my bonus parents, 60 years of marriage, we not about to do no scorekeeping. There's no such thing as scorekeeping in real love. So let's talk about the difference between real love versus familiar love. Take a minute and reflect on patterns without naming names. Did you feel calm? Were you growing? Or were you merely surviving? Did love feel like work? Or did love feel like home? Real love versus a familiar love. Sometimes we get caught in familiar love of addiction. I'm a Cancer. I get addicted to people, and I hate that about myself. You can treat me like pure shit. I won't unlove you. Not gonna say I'm gonna try real hard to make you love me back. No. But I will never stop loving you because I actually love you. And to me, love is not something, a switch you can flip on and flip off. It's a very thin line between love and hate. Facts. But if I love you, I love you. I still want the best for you. I still want you to survive and thrive and be okay and well and all of those things. Yeah, I have to get the thought out of my head that it'll be with me, but it doesn't negate the fact that because I love you, even when you're doing me bad and dirty, I still love you because I don't just not love you. I still love you. But the familiarity of it becomes you treat me bad, I don't stop loving you. Your need of me kind of blurs the line on if you love me or if this is just who you are. When I know when we first got together, clearly that's not who you were, where we never be together, right? But when it becomes familiar, it can be toxic. It could be abusive. I've never been physically abused. It can be mental, emotional, all the other types of abuse one takes minus the physical, which I think sometimes those scars are far greater than a black eye that heals, right? Even though I know that that has underpinnings of other abuses with that as well. Nevertheless, I digress. It can become so familiar that That is the difference between having that real easy, steady love versus having love that feels like a constant work or project, or I'm just surviving this love. Like every day is just survival mode. Sometimes we don't fall in love with people, we fall in love with what feels familiar. With Valentine's Day approaching, let's talk about love versus the performance of love, because I think that's what we see a lot on social media, on TV, on these rom-coms, on these movies and shows, and you finally get the girl and all that. Thanks, Kristen. It's the performance of love, I think, that is the surge of social media. I'm gonna give you some raw data just because I want to go back before the end of the season and get kind of data heavy. But we ain't gonna get too, if you on the line, Victoria, we ain't gonna get too heavy. But just some raw data on the spending, because to me, because it's performative, let's put some numbers behind it. Society sells the look of love, flowers, dinner, gifts, but what about emotional consistency? You can have all the gestures and still feel the fuck alone. Think about Cardi right now. I'm gonna go back a little bit. Think about Cardi. This man is buying her. I mean, just between her and Offset, I'm getting a Birkin. I'm getting the girl got 18 Maseratis and Ferraris and Lambos. She's never driven a car before. She's from New York. She takes the subway. She ain't never drove a car. She don't know shit about a car. The performance of love. Because look, in my bag. Oh, all my gazillion roses and my 19 million hundred balloons he showered me with. And he got a bitch pregnant that night. Another one, not you. It's the performance. $30 billion trying to prove that love exists for one fucking day. Americans are expected to spend about 29 billion, B with a B, billion with a B, on Valentine's Day. So Saturday, almost $30 billion for the performance of love. And I'm going to keep adding for the performance of love because that's what the fuck this shit is. The average person spends around $196 to $199 on gifts and experiences. Right? Performance of love. Candy is the number one most popular Valentine's gift. About 50%, 56% of people buy candy. I've bought candy every single year since my kids have been born because I always buy them candy, but they are my hearts. It is definitely real and true love. So they gonna get their candy every year, okay? Because my babies deserve them some candy bars, okay? So I'm one of the 56% that buys candy. I always buy Kennedy candy too. So all my kids get, I'm gonna buy them candy like it's like it's Halloween. You just get all the candies because I love y'all and kids like candy. So I figured that that's my way of showing them that I love them by getting them stuff that they want. Candy. We all buy it. 2.5 billion on it though. $2.5 billion on fucking buying candy on Saturday. Chocolates melt fast too. Just like a lot of these goddamn relationships that's melting right in front of our eyes, even though they got these big old fucking grand gestures and shit. Your shit melted faster than that damn candy, Cardi B. And that hurts me because I love her so much. She's so cute. 40% of people buy flowers. 2.9 to 3.1 billion spent on them. 150 million roses are sold on Valentine's Day. I'm usually a proprietor of selling them and doing bouquets and arrangements because, as y'all know, I have Lorraine Floral. Ooh, excuse me. That is another business of mine, Lorraine Floral. I got business cards and all that stuff for that. But anyhow, I've always done arrangements. Y'all know I did a lot of arrangements for a lot of y'all. So anyhow, Lorraine Floral. I'm usually one making, I don't got nothing to do this year. Thank you, G. Well, not like that. I don't mind getting the money. I just don't want to actually do the work. Sorry. But if I had orders, I'd do them. Millions of roses, but how many apologies? How many real conversations? 6.3 billion on dinners and experiences. Spending all this money on one day when love is every day. Like literally. Love is every day. Love is built on an ordinary fucking Tuesday night. Like tonight. Love is built on tonight. Love is built on my sister got a podcast. Yep, and back to the same shit the next day. Acting like you don't talk, don't love each other, don't know each other. But we gonna take these pictures. We gonna post this real. We gonna look real cute. We gonna match. We gonna do this. We gonna show that we went to Rude Chris, to the club, to the this. We had bottle service. You got me all this. I did this. We did all this. We gonna post all this shit. But tomorrow we gonna go right back to fuck that nigga, fuck that bitch. This the love that we talking about right now. Love is built on an ordinary Tuesday night. My sis got a podcast, baby. Come sit on the couch with me and watch my sister and my podcast. And we all cuddled up. And then y'all spark a conversation amongst the two of y'all about some shit I said. And then y'all over there kissing and you done tune me out. Hopefully you come back to my show. But that's love. Love is just, it's plain. It ain't all this pomp and circumstances. Here's what I know. These are the things that I know. Real love is quiet. Real love ain't you need to post me and I need to post you. It don't rush. It don't need to convince anybody outside of that relationship. It does not need to perform. It doesn't need to prove or persuade. It shows up when ain't nobody the fuck watching. When my car break down and I call my man and he come, I don't need to post or say nothing. It is implied that I have that. It shows up when nobody the hell is watching because they don't need to be watching. It's about me and you, baby. It ain't about nobody the hell else. It's consistent on boring days. We ain't got nothing going on. And you still like, baby, I'm up. I got a little bit of energy. I know we want to lay in bed all day on Saturday, but I'm going there and make us some eggs and some grits. And you like what kind of sausages you want? Because I know you don't like the ones I like. So I'll make the ones that you like. Okay, baby, give me all right. I know you feel like sleeping in. It's been a long week, sweetheart. Go on and sleep in. I just got a little burst of energy, so I'm going to get up and probably after I eat this breakfast and we eat, I'm probably going to be right back in the bed with you. Boring days. Consistent. I'm serving my woman. I'm serving my man. We ain't got nothing going on. It's not glamorous. It ain't the glamorous. The glamorous. It ain't that. It ain't the Birkins. It ain't the Lambos. If love has to keep announcing itself, it's probably fucking lying. I know real love feels safe. I know that real love is not anxiety. It does not make you anxious. Anxiety does not equate to passion. Butterflies is not is not your nervous system breaking the fuck down. If you live in confusion, if you live where you're always feeling like you're waiting or questioning your worth, pause. Talking to myself, pause. Love is an action. It will never keep you in emotional limbo because people are on a daily, every moment, every second, every hour showing love through action. That's how you show it. That's how you prove it, is through action. As a mother, there is no greater love. So when I think about the love of any individuals, any two individuals on this earth, and I'll always apply, and no, I don't believe that a mother and a child's love is ever going to be equal to any other love, but I do use it as a metric. And I do so because it's a way of me having my own checks and balances. Survival mode, it's not love. This shit is a trigger. When a mother loves a child and a child loves a mother, it's serving. It's nonstop, unconditional serving. It is me constantly serving you. You disappoint me, I still serve you. You piss me off, I'm still serving. You do this, I'm still serving. You got my name out there cold, bad, I'm still serving. There's nothing that you can do. There's no condition that you have that makes me stop serving you, because I love you. I'm still going to make sure that this is intact. I'm still going to do this. You got in trouble and got kicked out of school. I'm still going to love you, pay all the bills, make sure you take care of you. You got your health, your wealth. I mean, not wealth. You got your health, your a roof over your head, new draws and all of this. You then went and got kicked off the team. I'm still going to do this. It's serving. I'm still going to pick you up, drop you off. I'm still going to buy all the fruit snacks that you like when sometimes I feel like you probably don't deserve them. And yeah, I do have consequences and punishment too, being an authoritative figure over my child, because that relationship again is different. But when I talk about the love that's in it, I need to check myself to see if I am still serving the person that I'm in a relationship. If it's a friend, am I still serving them? I still have to, because that, to me, that's love. It's a constant serving. And that is very hard for a lot of people. I've seen 2 marriages. My parents for 40 years, death did them part. And my bonus parents, 60 years, death did them part. It's only because I think my parents was older. It's just the fact that I guess they died way sooner. So that's the problem. But even still, that's 100 years of marriage that these eyes were damn near able to witness. It's the serving. People ain't willing to serve. It is a constant serving under any condition. Oh, you did this, and I'm not talking about you cheating where the covenant is broken. I'm talking about, oh, you're an alcoholic. The things that I'm talking about things that I've seen. Oh, you're this. You're an alcoholic. Oh, you went to prison. Oh, and we still loving, still serving, still serving, still serving, still serving. You're disappointing the fuck out of me, lady. Brother, you cut me deep and you wore me so low. I am embarrassed out here in these streets. Still serving. In between the two of us, still serving. That's love. That's relationship. These podcasts ain't talking about that. They talking about, you don't like this, you need to get up out of there. Another thing I love, no, real love does not cost you yourself. Way to go, Starlum. Still serving, baby girl. You still serving. 10 years in. Good for you. Still, because it's about service. It is not about, if you getting into a relationship expecting to take something out of it, you starting off wrong, and if a damn show ain't love. It's not about to be love. It's constantly serving. It's action. Love is action. It is serving. It's feeling stupid. It's looking crazy. It's a whole lot of things. Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes. And still saying that condition alone is still not about to have me not love you. But what I know is that it shouldn't cost you yourself. You should not have to shrink for it. You don't have to abandon your boundaries for it. You shouldn't have to forego or let go of your dreams for it. And you for damn sure should not lose your dignity to keep it. Real love should expand your life. Like, I don't know if you've ever paid attention to people who work hard at certain things that expands their life. Michael Phelps, I'll use him as an example. Do you see his rib cage? His rib cage is much like mine. It is so open because his lungs have the capacity to hold air at proportions and depths that's unlike most humans. So much that human condition of him doing it so much in a regimented fashion of exercise and conditioning, his whole rib cage through all that swimming has opened his body up. Look at that man. His rib cage is way open. So is mine, but it happened early on from childbirth. That's whole other something. Anyhow, real love will expand your life. It will not narrow it or make it slim. So when it's pumping, you see it, it's something that grows. You ever see a family, I'm gonna say like my parents, my bonus parents, you ever seen Charlotte and Victor Kimball? Look at how many people, they can fill a house of 200. Why do you do that? That relationship, those two, that circle of love that they had, it just made for love abound. That's, to me, what real love is. You don't lose yourself in it. It is Victor. It is Charlotte. They're still two totally different individuals. Totally two people who, when you see them together, sometimes like, I didn't even know. Well, I can understand why he won't hurt, but sometimes you see one Nana be like, she married to him? Oh, Papa, I love you, but you know what I'm talking about. Real stuff, to where it's like it's still two totally individuals, but they come together and it just links like that's what it is. That's real love. If you are the person who is doing all the bending and you're the one who's doing all the adapting, something is truly off. If you feel like you have to lose yourself to keep that person, that can't be your person. That just can't be your person. Another thing I know is that real love isn't perfect, but it's very honest. The one thing that I really, really, really loved about the show, This Is Us, is Randall and Beth's relationship, but their own communication language that they had. They had a language of communicating that was just, they tell each other everything. Like, just, it came out. And because you know I love you, you know the way that I'm throwing it out there, it's with love. And then, oh, it's received, baby. I'm checking you. Check yourself. You feeling this. You're hurt here. You're a little bitter. And the way you presenting is bad. Because I know it ain't about me. I'm not taking it as it's about me. I'm taking it that what your problem is with work, with this and that, and the way you slung that shit out here to me, I'm going to tell you. So, and it's the way they hear, because it ain't about saying, it's about hearing someone. When you love people, you desire to hear them. I want to know you. I want to understand every element. I want to hear every angle I want to know the angle you're coming from. I want to know what makes you tick, what pisses you off, what burns your bridges, what your pet peeves are. And then when I learn them, I never want to be in that segment that falls into hurting you, making you feel uncomfortable, snatching away the level of vulnerability that you'll then offer me because I've been judgmental or combative or deflective, not accountable. So when I say real love isn't perfect, things that I know, real love isn't perfect, but it's honest. Because it can be very messy. It's very messy having to get your thoughts out your head, your feelings out your body, and express them to another person. They can be messy and they're still real. Accountability to me is far sexier than apologies without change. If I tell you that this is how I feel, this is what hurts me, this doesn't feel good in this relationship, I feel disrespected by this. That's communication. It's not perfect, but it's honest. That's what you want out of your partner. You don't have that with that person. And them hearing you with being met with changed behavior, maybe that ain't it. Growth is greater than grand gestures. I don't want a goddamn Birkin. I want an honest man. I want a man who loves me quietly. I want a man who loves me loudly. I want a man who loves me consistently. I want a man who I never have to question if they love me because his actions show up 24/7, round the clock, and every single thing that he does, the way he moves, comes with thinking about me. That's consideration. Every marriage, Starla, will have its ups and downs, as all marriages do. Foundationally, having these things in a relationship, this is my niece, y'all, that is over here talking. Foundational. So when I talk about my parents, these are her grandparents. Now, what's crazy is my niece is only a few months younger than me. We the same age. How my sister Sharon. Okay. May she rest in peace. That's her. Um, I don't want your grand gestures. I would rather have a man who is beside me in this march and walk of life. I know that real love isn't flawless, but it's accountable. I got a car. I got a purse. So if it's just I'm looking for something to hold my little raggedy lip pencil and lipstick and my little $2 readers from Dollar Tree, I don't need a $30,000 bag for my man. I don't want a $30,000 bag for my man to show me that he loves me. I prefer he just thought about me with his actions and his words aligned with his actions. That is worth way more than a $30,000 person to me. My podcast on love can't and won't ever be flashy enough to go viral in that sense. Because when I speak about love, I speak from a deeper sense of it. One thing I really know is sometimes you don't know that love was real until it's gone. That I know for sure. Hindsight is clarity, as people say, as I say a lot. Hindsight is 2020. It's why we romanticize chaos while missing stability. And loving someone doesn't mean that they were meant to stay. Some love is designed, I believe, to teach, not to last. Not every real love is forever love. I may have a problem with that because I don't unlove any person I've ever loved. I put you where I believe you belong. So love and the way in which I love you is different. But I love everybody because I don't know how to unlove. Even when people do me wrong, I still be loving them. I just be like, I ain't never gonna talk to you again in my entire life, but I still love you. And that's the way in which I protect myself. So in closing, if you're questioning whether love is real, ask yourself this. Do you feel safe, seen, and steady? If not, maybe it's not love. Maybe it's just fucking familiarity. Maybe real love isn't loud. Maybe it's just someone who shows up without needing a holiday to remind them. I don't even have an on purpose statement today, but one of my favorite affirmations, and maybe this is a time for it. One of my favorite affirmations that I receive from my best friend Sean every week is, you deserve to live in peace, not pieces. So I think that's my on purpose for this week. You deserve to live in peace, not pieces. That's for me. That's for you. That's for us all. If there's anything that I hope this podcast was able to offer, which is my thoughts on love and relationship as a person who has seen almost 100 years of successful marriages. Successful, okay? They were successful. And they're successful because the contract was until death do us part. And that's exactly what they did. And out of those relationships came me. So I'm one of the products of said relationship. Is to never stop serving the people that you love in any capacity. Every love can't be love without condition. I understand that. We all understand that. You know, somebody wants to do something to your child or something. It's like, okay, well, that's the condition. And I'm right there with you because that's the condition. That's the condition. But in the capacity that I'm talking about, you ask what love is. Love is serving unconditionally. You disappoint me, I'm still serving. I can't stand your ass right now. I'm still serving. Ugh, with an attitude. Because ain't nobody said that you ain't gonna have an attitude. But you shouldn't cost me my dignity. Shouldn't cost me my respect. And I shouldn't lose myself in any of it. So that is my podcast tonight. You deserve to live in peace, not pieces. My high of this week would probably be my photo shoot because I felt, thank you, Kristen, because I felt so low. I didn't want to do it. I was just like, oh, I was dragging because this is yet another job that I've given myself that is not financially, I'm putting in all this social media content. Y'all can log out now, but social media content work. So hopefully it does something, right? The only thing that pays right now is OnlyFans. Okay. So these photo shoots are a twofer because they're for my OnlyFans. However, they're also to promote me, to promote the podcast, to get myself out there, get a bigger name, get a bigger following, get it. Got to use what you got until you get what you want. And even when I get what I want, I'm still going to use what I got. So I think my high has always been wanting to do the sexiest, all red, all black piano photos of my life. And my friend helped make my dream a reality. So thank you so very much, Stephanie. You don't know how big that was for me. So I'll say all that to say this. I think that was my high of the week. And my low of the week, I don't have one. So that's why, because I say we ain't gonna end this on purpose segment. My Kennedy, so that was my fat, the one who brought me all my balloons. All my balloons. I wish you guys the happiest Friend Day, because February 14th is also National Friends Day, I believe it is. So my kid's dad is one of my bestest friends, and Sean. And hopefully the three of us can get together and we can play, what's that shit we be playing? I hate playing cards with them. They be pissing me off. What's it called? The 3-man game. Shoot, Sean, what it is. And I'll see about getting him on the show because hopefully I can get him next week. Sean's like, girl, bye. And it's talking about parents who ain't parents, who ain't got no kids, allowing people having something to say about kids who ain't got no kids. I got to reframe it. But anyhow, I love y'all. I thank y'all. Here go all my hearts for y'all. Thank y'all for joining and loving on me because I love y'all and y'all know the deal. You ain't got to go home, but your show do got to get done. Thank you, cousin. Love me, abs. Thank you, Crispin. You ain't got to go home, but your show got to get the heck up out of here. So my fat segment. This is my fats. I love my fats.